Hello, health enthusiasts, and welcome to another session of talking about your health needs. And today we're going to be discussing overcoming food interactions. Yes, you're learning about unlocking the secrets of food. Did you know that the food you eat could be working against you? Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure you might be thinking, how can the food I'm eating be working against me? Yes, it can. And how is this possible? You might be sabotaging your own nutrient intake without you even realizing it. So, we're going to be talking about some certain food interactions where seemingly healthy choices can actually sometimes clash and also reduce the benefits that they offer to your body. So, we're going to go into hidden secrets of how certain food combinations can actually hinder absorption, metabolism, or even effectiveness of vital nutrients. So, from anti-nutrients locking in your favorite snacks to the surprising ways your morning cup of coffee could be impacting your digestion. We'll just go into some very little interactions. We'll discuss just a few that can silently steal away your health benefits. So just get ready. You're going to discover some practical tips, how you can navigate these interactions, how you can optimize your meals, and just ensure that every bite you take is packed with nutrients that your body needs. And how you can outsmart this inhibitory interaction. So don't miss out on any single thing. You have to stay glued to this video. You have to listen so you can master your nutrition and unlock the full potential of every food that you love. So let's get started. So um so what exactly is inhibitory food food interactions? It just refers to interactions between specific food or food components that can result in a reduction in the absorption, metabolism, or even the effectiveness of certain nutrients or even bioactive compounds. These interactions can actually impact the overall nutrition value of a meal and affect your body's ability to even utilize and even benefit from the ingested nutrients. So you just need to understand these interactions, and you have to know that this interaction is actually essential so that you can optimize nutrients and take in and maximize health benefits. So you have to just know them. Then we have first is first the key inhibitory interactions. We have the first one, anti-nutrients. 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 And these are compounds that are found in certain foods, such as you have them in phytates, you have them in oxalates. Don't worry, we'll give examples of food you can find them in. And you have them in tannins. Yeah. And they can bind to minerals and just prevent their absorption. So, for example, you can see phytates in seeds. You can see phytates in nuts, legumes, which can actually bind to iron, calcium, zinc, and they will prevent the absorption. So when you take like nuts, iron, calcium, and zinc, it just prevent the absorption of these minerals. Then when you cook it, when you're soaking and when you're sprouting these foods, it can actually lower their anti-nutrients. As in, it can lower anti-nutrients, the concentration of the anti-nutrients, and improve mineral absorption. So when the bioavailability of these essential minerals actually reduced, anti-nutrients can lead to nutrient deficiencies. So if they are consumed in large quantities and then without any proper preparation, they can cause nutrient deficiency. So people can start becoming deficient in iron. They can become deficient in calcium. They can become deficient in zinc. And they don't know how this happens because when they're taking so much of seeds, nuts, or legumes, like in too much proportion, especially when you soak them, like when you keep them soaked or when you cook it for too much for a long period of time, you don't know that they can actually get to bind to iron, calcium, and zinc and then prevent the absorption of these minerals when you take them with food that actually contains all these other things and you prevent them from being absorbed in your own body. So next, the one we're going to talk about is protein inhibitors. So what are protein inhibitors? Some foods actually contain proteins that can actually hinder the digestion and absorption of other proteins. So example is we see it in trypsin inhibitors. Now I'll give you examples. So trypsin inhibitors, like you find them in soybeans and some other legumes. For example, soybeans. And trypsin inhibitors will interfere with the activity of trypsin, which is an essential enzyme for protein digestion. Like trypsin actually is very essential for protein digestion. So cooking, soaking, and fermenting of maybe soybeans can actually reduce the level of protein inhibitors and then enhance the protein digestion. So it is always better to cook. When you cook, when you soak, when you ferment it, it helps to enhance the protein digestion. Then inhibiting protein digestion, it can lead to reduced protein bioavailability and also impact muscle growth, repair, and even your general overall health. So you gotta be careful. So next we'll talk about yes, some food and drug interactions. There are quite a lot. And I'm going to have to make another video about food and drug interactions, like several types. This is just an overview. Food and drug interactions. I'm sure you've heard it quite a number of times. Like when you're taking your drugs, there's certain foods you should not use with your medication so that it will not hinder it or cause harm. So actually, certain foods can interact with medications and reduce their effectiveness or absorption. For example, calcium and magnesium in dairy products or your milk can actually hinder the absorption of certain antibiotics like tetracycline and ciprofloxacin. So you have maybe calcium or magnesium that is found in your milk. That's why most times when you're placed on medications, antibiotics like tetracycline or ciprofloxacin, you're just advised to not take it alongside dairy products because they can cause gastrointestinal discomfort and it will reduce the effectiveness of the tetracycline or the cipro. But it depends on the quantity in which you're taking them in. or the amount that would affect it. But generally, because we can't actually measure the quantity any individual is taking, we always just say stay away from it or use it 3 hours after your medication or before your medication so that there will not be any form of interaction there. So next we'll talk about food intolerance and allergies. So what we mean by food intolerance, so when you eat like some certain food that your body cannot tolerate or you are allergic to it, it can actually prevent your body's ability to absorb and use the nutrients. So for example, people that are lactose intolerant, that's what I mean. So people that are lactose intolerant, they have difficulty in digesting protein, in digesting dairy products like milk. And this is very challenging in helping them to absorb calcium and other nutrients. And once the calcium is depleted, it can actually affect their bones. So these food intolerance and allergies can lead to nutrient deficiencies and gastrointestinal discomfort and to affect their overall health and well-being. But there are some supplements they can use that can actually help as probiotics or even supplements that help in boosting up their glutathione like longevity. This can be a really good thing to take. Next, we'll talk about fiber interactions. So high fiber foods, especially those that are derived from like whole grains, they can prevent the absorption of certain nutrients like iron or zinc. So if somebody eats a lot of fiber, it can prevent the breakdown and the absorption of carbohydrates and to lead to increased feeling of maybe satisfaction. That's why sometimes if you see some people that it's like yam, because I know yam has a lot of fiber in it. Sometimes it will even prevent the breakdown and the absorption of carbohydrates, and then you'll be feeling like you're full, like increased feeling of satisfaction. Whereas it can also prevent the absorption of minerals like maybe zinc or iron from other foods. So when while the fiber has actually many health benefits, too much intake can reduce the bioavailability of very essential minerals and then lead to certain deficiencies. So next we'll talk about nutrients that bind. Nutrient binding. So there are actually some types of foods that contain compounds that can bind to nutrients and then to form complexes that are difficult for the body to absorb. So for example, you have phytic acid in nuts, or you find them in legumes or even whole grains. They can bind to like minerals like calcium, iron, and zinc, and they'll prevent the absorption. Similarly, you have maybe some oxalates in food like spinach. So oxalates in spinach to bind to calcium in some other foods, and also cause insoluble crystals that inhibit absorption. And this nutrient binding can actually lead to reduced bioavailability of important minerals. And once you're not getting your proper amount of calcium, it will affect the bone health. It will affect nutritional status or nutrient status of calcium and zinc and even iron. So sometimes you might just feel like it's some other things that are doing that is making you have low minerals in your body, whereas it's the combination of foods that you're eating that are contradicting each other and not even allowing proper absorption of all the essential minerals. Then we have enzyme inhibition. So some foods actually contain natural substances that can prevent the activity of digestive enzymes and then also not affect nutrient absorption and digestion. So for example, you have tannins that are in tea and coffee. I know I take tea a lot. Some of you are coffee fans. Drop in the comment section if you are a tea lover or a coffee lover. I'm a tea lover, forever a tea lover, girl. But now, tannins that are in red tea or coffee can prevent enzymes like amylase and protease and prevent the digestion of carbohydrates and proteins. So you don't take too much of coffee in a day. Sometimes I just recommend don't take more than 6 cups. But sometimes for some people, that 6 cups is even too much. I just always say do everything in moderation, and that's the only way you can actually benefit from all taking all your foods together. Because this enzyme inhibition of amylase and protease will lead to incomplete digestion of carbohydrates and proteins, and then you will reduce the bioavailability, and then you have nutrient deficiencies, and then it will even affect you. So sometimes not everything, like some illnesses are just caused by our lack of ignorance. And then we'll talk about competitive absorption. Mm. So, like in the GIT, gastrointestinal tract, there are some nutrients that use similar absorption pathway, and they might compete for absorption when consumed together in significant quantities. So, like maybe zinc and iron actually compete for absorption, and then you now have high dietary iron levels can prevent zinc absorption, or high zinc levels can prevent iron absorption. And then this competitive absorption will just lead to imbalance of zinc or iron in the nutrients, affecting the overall health, tiredness, weakness, low immune system. And once all those things are low, somebody can easily come down with all forms of illnesses, the viruses in the atmosphere, you have a cold, you have a catarrh, you have a cough, and all of that stuff that comes with low immunity. So, zinc and iron competition, and they'll start competing for absorption. So, just remember the power to optimize your nutrition is actually in your hands. Just understanding how this certain foods combination can actually impact your nutrients absorption and effectiveness is really, really important. So you've been able to understand and you can actually make smarter choices from just the very few points I've given you. You can also speak to your healthcare provider, talk to your nutritionist. If many of you that have, especially people that really have a lot of nutrient depletion, because when you do your health checkup at the beginning of the year, you just need to find out what nutrients are being depleted, the ones that are really low. And then most of the time, it's just a switch up or a change in your diet that can just help you modify these things instead of taking some extra supplements. Supplements are good for me 25 and above. There's usually something missing. So yes, you speak to your healthcare provider, speak to your nutritionist, just that you can have a good plan for yourself, like diet plan. So you won't be eating foods that are contradicting each other and making one nutrient in your body deplete and causing you to fall ill majority of the time. Like you can actually transform, imagine just transforming every meal into like a nutrient powerhouse, like ensuring that your body gets the maximum benefits from every food that you love. So no more unintentional nutrient loss, like no more missed opportunities for optimal health. Like instead, you're just going to use the full potential of your diet every single time you eat, and it's going to support your overall well-being like never before. So just plan your next meal. Like think about the interactions like we've discussed. Consider how you can tweak your food combinations. If you cannot do it alone, speak with your nutritionist, talk to your physician. They will just help you with a plan or get you connect you with an expert who can help with your plan. Because as we grow older, we need to be more intentional about what we eat, how we even eat it. We need to know why we're eating, and if every it's not every food that is good for your body. You just need to know the ones that are right for you. Eating the same thing every single day is not boring as long as you're getting all your health benefits from the food. It's better to eat boring and live healthy than eat interesting and struggle to actually have a good health. So just consider how you can tweak your food combinations to help enhance your nutrient absorption and make every bite count. The journey to better nutrition actually starts with a single informed choice. Thank you so much today for being part of today's exploration into these health topics. I hope you've gained valuable insights. I found it interesting. I just want to express my gratitude. If you found this content enriching, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support actually gives me the drive to actually make more free content like this that can help you. You can also go and check the link in our bio. If you're looking for opportunities to work from home, we have free work opportunities. Just check the link out there. And there's even step-by-step guide on what you can do, how you can do it, how you can make your first income. It's just all there. We're all helping you grow. Even if you're just starting your business for the first time, any business whatsoever, there's also a link that can help you to make your first few dollars in the first few minutes or first few days of starting. Proven strategies that actually work all the time. We all need to help each other grow. Anyways, talk. I hope you've really gained so much value. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.